Howdy, people. Howdy, howdy. All right. So, hello and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel, where I am passionate about helping all of the people all of the time. How y'all doing? And thank y'all so much for being patient with me. It's really cold. It's been really cold, and it took a lot for me to actually, do this whole thing here to get up and out. But I'm just happy to be here. And look here, we got people already in the chat. However, I just need to get these here glasses together so I could read. But I'm just excited to be here today. It is the 24th, so we will be bringing in the little thingamabob, the Christmas deal. If anybody is in a Christmas, some people don't do the thing, but yeah, some people do. But we here tonight. Look like we got some folks over here. Look at here. Hello, people, and welcome. Well, we got some people. Look here, we got Jess Talk already in the house, and how I'm sounding, y'all. I had made some changes here, and I had to put things back in order, just making sure that the sound is coming through. I put a 1 in the chat if I'm sounding good, and Chuck the Deuces, it's not all that. All right, Courtney, my number 1 up in here. Hey, what's going on, Courtney? Yes, we are doing here things. Getting justice, demanding justice for Shanquella Robinson. And that's what we're doing. We're lifting our voices up because over here, we don't do moments of silence. We do moments of speaking where we're speaking out the names of victims and we're speaking out the names of abusers too. And we putting 2 and 2 together and calling the people out to their face. All right, Merry Christmas, chat. So we got a Christmaser up in here. What's up, Nader? Nader says, greetings, beauties and beautifuls. Yes. Make sure to thumbs up on your way in here and see. Oh, okay, y'all give us some thumbs up there. I can see a few more coming in. That'll be greatly appreciated. And justice for Shanquella, yes, that's what we hear. That's what it's all about. What it's all about. All right. Oh, look at here. And yes, stay home. Follow community guidelines in the chat. Thank you. Yes, and maybe we'll kind of go over a few of these community guidelines because the chat is starting to grow and we want to make sure that we have a nice, safe chat because here we all about respect. And even if people have a different idea or opinion, we're here about educating because it's all about math and science. If it doesn't add up and it's not science, then we're just going, we automatically use our common sense and we don't support delusional thinking over here. We do not do that. All right, look here. Superstar Graham, what's up? Superstar Graham, good evening. Yes, yes. All right, and be sure to stay home, subscribe to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, and come on in here where we gonna be building a community, y'all. Building a community of love and support. Yes, let's smash that like button. Thank you, Courtney. Appreciate it. Let's see here. All right. Hey, what's going on? Is that 9:15 Eastern time? I'm in Central time. So, yeah, so it's, 9:15 Eastern time would be, right. But yeah, I'm over here in Central. So it's 8:28 at the moment here. I remember back in the day when I was growing up, there was a phone number, 853-1212 or 853, any number after that, and it was the time. And then a machine would answer the phone. This was our first attempt at AI. You dial 853-1212, and then a machine recording would say, good evening. At the tone, the time will be 8:28 in 10 seconds. Boop. At the tone, the time would do that for every 10 seconds until it would make a minute interval and just continue to do that. And that's how you could tell the time back then. Now we have all this cellular data and we're just so Jetson. Jetson. All right. Thank y'all for those ones. All right. Here we go. All right. Thank you. M Max says, my goodness, that size 6 cheetah print is working. Do you like it? Okay, you like my cheetah print? Let me take this off so you can see the thing. See the full thing. You like that? Thank you, M Mac. I appreciate your encouragement. All right, hey Connie, a new name there. Ooh-wee. Thank you so much. Yes, all right, all right. Hey, baby sis, what's going on? This here's for you. This here for you, and all the other little baby sis up out there. Look at us building our community. Beautiful people. Thank y'all for coming in here, dropping where you're coming from in the chat, where we here celebrating that we are still standing here today strong for justice for Shanquella, and they ain't been able to back us down. They've been trying to keep us quiet. They've been trying to shadow ban us so we don't talk about this. They've been getting in the comments, being negative or being distracting and throwing out some crazy details. But we over here about math and science, baby. And if it don't add up and if it ain't science, we totally disregard that, because we don't do delusional thinking. That's what we don't do over here. All right. Hey, let's see here. MX says, salute to everyone. We got those roses over here. We giving out roses and love and all that good stuff. All right. Hey, look at here. La Jessica. Hey, everyone. Where you coming from, La Jessica? All right. Aji, hey, said checkered floor. That the first interview was done on us Freemason. Y'all be throwing the deep stuff out here too. Gonna come right on in for it, huh? All right. Hey, Wanda Ward, what's going on? All right. Nice to see you back up in here. Say you can still call and get the time. Oh, really? Okay. I'm curious. I didn't know that. Let me see here. See. It didn't work. I tried. It didn't work. Thank you, though. Unless they change the number. You see, Courtney say, we used to call the bank when I was little to check the time and temp. Yeah, it's amazing. Now you just get online. You just ask. You don't even have to get online. You can just ask Alexa or Siri. You know what I mean? And they tell you everything right away. I love AI. How y'all feeling about that? What? Oh, the journey. I like that. Hey, I love the journey. All right. You like the, okay, we got here, see, the elite wear leopard print. Okay, look at there. All right. This all this and being intuitive too. Yeah, we just developing this stuff over here. Another new name. All right, Olivia sit. Hello, all from VA. Look at there. You cold out there. Yeah, last night we was talking about how cold it was. It was super cold here today. I really had to layer up and really dig down deep and motivate myself to be able to go outside. Y'all know how I feel about the cold, and just to be able to go out there, it was, I was concerned. So I had on gloves, 2 or 3 jackets, put on a lot of layers and all that stuff, and still was not fun. These are the days when I miss Southern California and our beautiful weather. What's up, Bougie Barbie? What's going on? We getting greeting the chat up in here. I'm still floating from last night's live. I don't know about y'all. I don't know how many of y'all was in last night's live when we got blessed with Martin coming up here, and that was wonderful. That was really super wonderful. I had a great time. So I've been catching the replays. Okay, yeah, I know I hadn't seen you in the chat lately, Wanda, but I appreciate you for catching the replays. Yeah, the replays it was good. Last night was that was tremendous. That was wonderful. Woo! We had a time up in there. We had a time. Oh, and I put to do that kind of stuff. Baby sis says we have a number for time and weather. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I was just telling them about that whole back in the day. Connie, all right. The lead attorney sent me here. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, lead attorney. Yep, the lead attorney, amazing. Thank you so much, Connie, for listening to the lead attorney. He's an excellent lead, and he'll lead you to, he's led me to the victory. Good. All right, here. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, enjoyed your live yesterday night. Okay, good. I was here. Okay, good. Thank you. That was good, too. That was so, we played it by ear, and, we had some surprises at the end. It was wonderful, a nice unexpected surprise. And I was just proud of that moment. And I'm glad that we have this here YouTube community where, we able to document our journey, and we are building a community. It feels good, y'all coming out here, and then, I'm seeing these repeat names, and we just, we building the community. I'm feeling really good. I love my beauties and beautifuls, and thank y'all for showing me so much love. I appreciate all the love and support, and thank you to these new subscribers too. Everybody's really is a new subscriber, because I started to grow this channel November the 26th, and so all y'all new, and I'm just excited. I'm so excited, and this feels stupendous. All right. Say Superstar Graham says, good evening, everyone in the chat. Yes, Superstar Graham, back in the day, Superstar Graham. And Bougie Bible said, yeah, last night was good with Martin. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a little while. Okay. I didn't even I never even knew him, right? So he leaves he leaves a comment, and so I'm getting all these new comments about this whole thing, and he tells me he's sent an email. So I checked the email, and he's like, oh yeah, I want to do do something for come on my platform. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I click on him and go to his channel, and he's like 330 something thousand subscribers, and he's got all these wonderful videos on Shanquella. And I, go to play, we did it last night, and then to my surprise, I was in the video. Like I was surprised to see how many people was sparked or inspired or touched by what I was saying on the Lead Attorney show. And so so I'm just excited. Like, this whole thing is new for me, and I'm grateful that we all going through this together. Y'all, I'm grateful that we going through this together. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for saying that too. Hey, what's going on, Arnisha? And she's saying hey to the chat. Got some people see. Olivia says, you are one of the most informative and real talkers I have found in the following case. Common sense and medical background is awesome. Thank you. Keep up the great work. I will continue to follow. Oh, thank you so much, Olivia. Yeah, especially nowadays with everything on this internet, and then they're just kind of trying to mold how people think and stuff. That's why I want to get back to the old days. Like I said, for those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old, and I'm the mother of 3 adult children, 2 XY chromosomes and 1 XX chromosome. So I have 2 kings and a queen, right? And I have over 30 years of nursing experience. That's what I did. I've been a nurse my whole life. Ever since I was a little girl, that's all I ever wanted to do also was be a nurse. So taking care of people and helping people and all that stuff has always been a passion of mine, and I enjoy doing that. And nursing is not just, patching up wounds and doing these kind of things. It's also emotional too. We offer a lot of emotional support, and we're advocates. We're trained to be patient advocates, and that's, for to help everybody. And that's what we do, and it is very rewarding. And shout out to all of the nurses that's coming over here and backing me up and letting these people know, because that's what we also train to do, is teaching, nursing, teaching the community and stuff like that. And that's what we're doing over here. So we all about science and math. If it don't add up, it ain't science, then we ain't going for it. Hey, Jamie, what's going on? Hey, beautiful, from North Carolina. All right. We got the people from North Carolina. Thank y'all so much for showing y'all support and coming over here. Yes, I'm super duper excited about how we're, building our platform here. And I'm trying to figure out how to be off in this little camera here. And y'all supporting me through my learning and growth during this here YouTube thing, right? So I'm excited about that. See, Wanda Ward said, your input has been vital to truth. In this case, questions as a nurse, can you touch on how Quilla was even able to say no? I've been wondering. for me, whenever I saw that and heard that, I was wondering who was that said no. Was that Shanquella, or was it somebody else instigating, saying no because she wasn't fighting back? What, maybe it was one of those, but maybe it was one of the other females in there, right? And then too, at that time, the injury hadn't been rendered yet. She hadn't received the injury, so it could have been her that said no. And so you see, as a nurse, can you touch on how she was able to say no? She was able to say no because the no we heard was prior to receiving the injury. So that's how she could have been able to say no. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Because when they said, Quita, can you even fight back? At this time, they're kind of, she's trying to, she hasn't been slung over yet. So, the injury that would have stopped her from being able to speak and all that stuff hadn't been rendered yet. She hadn't received that injury. So that's how she would have been able to say no. Yep. Spinal cord was still intact. Yep. Baby sis says she said no before. Okay, yep, that's exactly right. Yep, that's exactly right. All right, Deborah said drugged. Okay. Hey, what's up, JP6? The case is heartbreaking to me. I want all of them behind bars. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's why we, still here talking about this and stuff, because it is heartbreaking. Like in the beginning, I was, it was hard for me because, I have a daughter, and she's 24 and she is a little lady. She's a little bitty, petite little lady, and she's my little lady. And to think that there's mean people out there that would do something so horrendous and horrific and so brutal and so just despicable, and then to videotape it, like that was just been heartbreaking, And so, yeah, I feel you on that. And everybody who was just in there videotaping it, shame on them. Hey, what's up, Shay? Keep doing what you are doing. All Around Natural Beauty RN. Thank you so much. And every time y'all encourage me and tell me to keep on doing this, I feel like I'm gonna do it. I'm keeping on with it because y'all just support me so much. And it just makes me feel like I want to keeping on. Uh-oh. Some of y'all don't know what I just hummed up in there. It was MC Light back in the day. Anyway, I was just recently reminded of that song. Let's see here. Narrative says justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yes, and that's what we are about over here. We about that over here. Okay, Olivia says, I also want to know how they had drinks but no alcohol in the system. Just wondering on that part. Well, to me, it appeared that the drinks was the night before, and if she hadn't had that much, it would have had that amount of time to filter out of the system, right? If she wasn't, if she just had like regular drinks, when you go out and you just have the regular, couple of drinks, something like that, it, that's not like it'll be a lethal dose. She never had that amount up in her system. And then what we were discovering is that the attack happened the morning afterwards. So, yeah. Yep. And then, like I said, the drinking, how much drinking was done, right? Because the way it looked, it was like they were trying to stage it, like, right? The night before, look at us, we having the tacos and we got drinks. Everybody get your cameras out and show everybody how we drinking. Woo, woo, woo. That way, when we introduce the whole alcohol poisoning, we already have the alibi. We got the proof because the night before everybody was drinking, tossing up the stuff, right? And then y'all saw us playing the drinking game. Y'all saw us playing the drinking game. We was doing push-up, we was taking shots, and that's what happened. She had too much alcohol poisoning. That's what happened, right? Y'all saw the video. So yeah, I'm thinking that it wasn't enough alcohol in her system to register because, she was just, doing the regular thing. And then according to her people, her father said that wasn't her. She wasn't that type of drink. That's why they dejected the whole alcohol poison. They know they people. They know Shanquella. They know she wasn't that type of person. She wasn't no, toss it up, drink it up. That wasn't her. So that's why. Yep. Thank you so much for your question, Olivia. And Wanda Ward said, okay, I was wondering, was it someone else? Oh, I must have missed something there. All right. Hey, Jody. What's going on? What is going on here? Let's see here. Let's see, 96 people in the chat and only 20 likes. Oh, let's get those likes up. Please, people, please. Yep. And it's free to do that. All you have to do is just click it. Go on over there and click it. Click it for me, please. Por favor. Jody Blake says, right, Adnetter. Let's get these likes up, everyone. Thank you, Jody. I appreciate that. Ooh, I've seen likes moving up too. Ooh, that's turning me on. Look at that. I see it right before my eyes. Yes, baby. Yes. Right there. More. No, I was joking. I wasn't that person. I never did that. I was a quiet one. Okay, look here. Another new name. Let's see. What did this say? Mr. Greg C14. What was the tired of? What did Shanquella do? Oh, when she said, I'm tired of I don't know. People have been speculating. Some people said that, I don't know. I didn't even want to get to the speculating. I like to do the facts. The fact is that we saw the video, the person in there that they're saying is this Dejanay character to grab her by the neck and sling her over and snap her neck and break her back. And we know that according to the medical autopsy report, that after receiving that injury, the lifespan, the life expectancy is 15 minutes. That's why we know that was the last video. So if the people that's around here talking about there is more than one video, then we only saw the last one. So that's all I got to say about that. Science and math, baby. Science and math over here. Okay, let's see what they say. Diva Mick. I'm sending a joyful hi to all of you from 7 degrees cold Rhode Island. Oh my goodness. How do you do it? Oh my goodness. Do you know how much self-motivation I had to do for myself to be able to go outside today? And I think we was like maybe 17 degrees or something like that. Ooh, Enjoy. Oh, no. Hey, what's up, Pam? What's going on? We don't know what the toxicology report states because it was not indicated as relevant to the cause of demise. Exactly. You're right. Exactly. That's why I always say go back to the science and the math. We saw the injury. We already saw what the cause of death was. We saw it. And that's all that matters. Exactly. And the rest of it just be distractions so they can try to find an excuse to blame it on. But we don't even need to evaluate or analyze any of these excuses because the fact is that she received and we saw a broken neck and a broken back. Bottom line. And that's all I got to say about that. They knew that when they got her drunk, that was it. Yeah. All righty. Welcome, beauties and beautifuls. All right, y'all coming on in here, y'all. It's coming on in here. All right. Bougie Barb said, maybe I missed that, but they spoken to Shanquella's other friends to ask about these friends who went on the trip. Oh, okay. All right, so okay, I'm gonna get a few more, and then we're gonna start off with our beloved acts of faith. And we got some videos tonight. Who did I again, Martin, and then Sleuthy Lucy, and then Queen Sheba. Yeah. So, and then we've seen videos from them before too. So they've got some really good videos. And we're going to do some commentary. And then MMAX says she's getting turned on. Hit them lights. Thank you. Oh, my goodness, MMAX. Ooh, wee. All right, yes. And it don't take much for me. I'm real easy. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, M Mac, yeah, he's funny here. Okay, new name TT101 says salute to the beauties. The beautiful host is all right, Maz, and all in chat. Thank you so much, TT. I sure appreciate it. I love coming up here. And here going, okay, Deborah, all right. A lot more to this story. My option, it was more than Dejanay. Right. And the reason why, I just only focus on the Dejanay is because that is the person that they're saying that is in that video attacking, right? And we saw that the Dejanay person with her bare hands broke her neck and broke her back. We saw that. So if anybody did anything afterwards, it would just be, I don't know, damaging the corpse or something. I don't know what that is, but there was no way that anyone picked up a paralyzed body and body slammed it. There would have been nothing to grab. Her neck was broken. So all that talk about this second video where Winter, we saw Winter could barely do a push-up. So how the hell does Winter now gets the strength of a champion man to be able to pick Shanquella up from a broken neck? There's nothing to grab. Remember, the head has been broken off her neck. Her head's been snapped off her body. So where is Winter picking her up from? Where's she picking her up and body slamming her? From what? What is she grabbing? Right? The neck is broke. There's nothing to grab here. Right? That what? She picked her up from around the waist. Remember, the back's broke too. How is she doing this? She's not accomplishing any of this. So there's no. She did that within a few seconds too. So let's see here. Baby Sis says, whatever Dejanay was tired of, it didn't call for a vicious beating like that. Exactly. I agree with you. Yep. All right, new name. Laura Hawkins says, it was 11 degrees was the other night here in Dallas, Texas. Oh, so Texas is cold like that too? You laughing at Instagram. All right, 17 degrees. Okay, y'all cold over there. Y'all is being cozy. Jody Blake said, hit that like button, y'all. Yes, y'all please hit the like button. Oh, looky here. Nerdy in the house with our first super chat says, thank you for keeping justice for Shanquella alive. All right, thank you so much, Nerder. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love and support for your $4.99 super chat. Appreciate this. Blue, I like that color too. Very nice. We have a color blue. So with that being said, we loving on all of this good stuff. And we here on this cold Christmas Eve night. And I hope everybody was, motivated enough to get all your shopping out of the way, because this is the time to season for giving and stuff. But, we are aware that this is also a time where people could, be suffering from seasonal depressive disorder and sad and all that stuff too. So that's why we here supporting one another on our journeys for what we're doing here. All right, so let's see here. We've been reading out of our Acts of Faith book by, I'm gonna get this down pack one day, Iyanla Vanzant, who you guys may know from Iyanla Fix My Life or whatever like that. But anyway, this book, I've started reading this back in the 90s, 96. And she was known as she was an author and a Yoruba priestess and a cultural custodian, spiritual counselor. She was extremely deep, and she brought a lot of value to people of color. It's Acts of Faith, daily meditations for people of color. And she had other books and stuff like that too, and always been, connected to her. These Acts of Faith are daily meditations. So each day you read one, and I love reading it now because it's great to see how even, 20 some years later, that's still, very relevant and prevalent today. And so today is December 24th, and it says prosperity is living easily and happily in the real world, whether you have money or not. And that came from Jerry Gillies. And then Yana says, if you have many things, you are not free to come and go in life. You are not prosperous. If you have things to do and protect that you think others can take away from you, you are not prosperous. If you are not comfortable with yourself, no matter where you are not prosperous. If you believe others can take your ideas, your mate, your things, you are not. Where am I at? I'm so sorry. I was in this one here. I messed up here. Where am I at? Let's see. If you think others can take your ideas, your mate, your things, you are not comfortable. Prosperity is a state of mind. When worry or fear crowd your mind, you cannot be prosperous. If you know you will eat even when you don't have a dime, you are prosperous. When you can love and give all that you have, you are prosperous. When you do what you love without pay or reward, you are prosperous. When you do what you can because you can, not for money, only you are prosperous. When you love all people for who they are, not for what they can give you, you are wealthy being. You are a wealthy being. Prosperity is a state of mind. And then the affirmation is, the richer I think, the richer I am. Thank you, Iyana, for your wonderful acts of faith and the work that you did with all of this healing, good stuff here. All right, so that's our acts of faith there. And let's see here. All right, it says, the life of Kaya. I can't believe there's still no justice. It's sad. I hope they don't think they're going to get away with this tragic crime. I agree with you. And that's why we're still talking about it, to make sure that we keep standing in agreement for justice for Shanquella, because oftentimes in the past, we've seen that women's lives haven't really been mattering. Like, you know, this whole femicide thing is a big thing. It's a worldwide thing. And, you know, even here that there's a lot of these unsolved unalivings, and we are feeling and believing that by getting justice for Shanquella, we'll be able to be a voice to get justice for the Kanika Jenkins and the other women that have been victim of these horrific crimes. JP6 says their day is coming. Yes, I believe that. You know, whenever we keep hearing that they say the FBI is involved and they're investigating or looking into it and stuff, I think we just need to be patient, or I'm hoping that that's all this means, that we need to be patient and that America is going to give us justice. America is going to give us justice. America owes us justice. Y'all owe us justice. So let's see here. The life of Kia says, I believe there's way more to the story than what we know. Behind the scenes always has more to it. Yes, and when we go over Sleuthy Lucy's, you know, Super Sleuth, the investigator, yeah, we're going to see some, you know, get more and more stuff in there. And that's probably why they keep trying to distract us and want us to be quiet on this thing, is because of that. Oh, heavens, look at Wanda Ward says, you are prosperous. Thank you so much. And I received that $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that blessing of prosperity. I receive it, and thank you so much. Thank you. All right. This is wonderful. This is beautiful. And I'm excited about 2023 is going to be something special. All right. So without further ado, we're going to get started with our first video. It's going to be a video from March. We're going to do his first, and then we're off to Sleuthy Lucy and Queen Sheba, another super creator, Queen Sheba. All right, so let's go on and get down here Today's the 21st, no, 24th. All right, and here we go. And yeah, I'm excited because yeah, we had a good old time with Martin last night. Let me see, where is it at? Here we go. And we about to start off with him, and here we go. Okay, we're gonna skip over that. All right.
The people that are actually exploiting Shanquellas.
Okay.
And one of the girls that looks like meant to be on this trip to come.
So the good thing about this video, he's gonna be talking about the people that's trying to exploit her. And I know that, let me just say this real quick. Before, when this thing first started happening, I know I was struggling with it myself because I didn't want to feel like I was just talking about this, trying to capitalize on this or something like that. However, I still felt like, I have to say this. I need to say this because this is important. This is, this is helping, right? And so this guy, I guess on this video, he's going to show us the people that's just taking advantage, that's making up stories and pretending to be somebody that they're not, and all kind of stuff. So I'm excited to hear what he's got to say.
Cabo is acting suspect. I also have a correction in this video, so keep watching so I can explain that to you near the end. So it is really important to know what is fake, because basically when tragedy happens and it goes viral, etc., you have a thing called internet vultures. These are people that do certain things for a motive. Number one is, now there's an account on Instagram pretending to be Shanquella's mother. I believe this has already been spoken about, but I don't think it's pushed out.
Yeah, I remember I had heard about that too, because I was actually following that, and then somebody busted out how people was, faking it.
Because there's a lot of people on Instagram still under the comments of this account believing to be Shanquella's mother when it's not. It's very noticeable to tell that this is not Shanquella's mother, because when you go down and actually see the first post around the time when the story first went viral, you guys will see that the pictures that this person used was not actually Shanquella. This was the model that Shanquella used for her boutique show. Why would her own mother mistaken what her daughter looks like? That's not going to happen. And a lot of misleading information has came from this Instagram page. And in fact, they actually blocked me after I called them out on their booty. Now, what's weird about this is that this person is not really gaining anything from this, because, who would go on there and pretend to be Shanquella's mother, right? They're not putting a GoFundMe account that I can see. Nothing. And all I can say is that there's weird, sick individuals on the internet that like to get attention. And that's the only thing I can think of, unless they plan to do something later on in the future with this IG account. Make sure you share this, guys, because people really need to know that that account is not Shanquella's mother. Number two is Champagne. Champagne is a person on Bingo, looks like a new person trying to gain followers and attention on there. She actually pretended to be Shanquella's cousin.
What? And it was just, I come on Bingo to get away from a lot of bullshit going on. You feel me? And to just see her on Bingo, bro, that's hurtful.
This beautiful girl was like, who is your cousin? Like, who is she?
Yeah. Was 25 years old, y'all. She was a boss bitch.
And continued to spread false information on the site.
Wow.
After they took her credit card and went out to the club. That's when the money card coming up at about them stealing. They stole her money, and they stole her credit card and went out to the club. Came back while she was dead. Now they put pajamas on her because she was naked.
Oh, my goodness.
Pajamas on her, put her up in the chair.
All right, so let me just bring that up here so we can talk about that. All right, so like I said earlier, for those of you who don't know, I have over 30 years of nursing experience where I've worked in many different departments. I spent a lot of years working with spinal cord injury patients, right? From the neck down, quadriplegics, because these people require to be on a ventilator for life. If you have an injury to your spine in the C area, you will need to be on a ventilator to breathe, because the signal that your brain is trying to send to your lungs to expand and release is not going to get there because it's been severed. There's no way to get the signal there. So that means you're not going to breathe. So you need to be on a ventilator. So you need a nurse to do this, right? So I work with those patients, and I know how difficult it is to dress a paralyzed body. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. That's why when people say that they dress the body and all that stuff, I call BS on that because, yeah, getting those bodies dressed, for outings and things like that, it was an hour procedure because it's not easy. It's not easy to dress a body. It's not. So no, I don't. No.
Propped her up in the chair like she was walk type shit. First of all, you feel me?
Now, how they gonna prop her up in the chair? Y'all saw the neck, the head was broken off, right? If her head wasn't intact inside of this, the skin, it would have fallen to the floor. There's no way that they were manipulating a broken, contorted body like that. It takes a lot to move an injured patient. I also worked in the trauma and ICU for, years too. And when we would get these traumatized bodies from like motor vehicle accidents, people, the unrestrained drivers, wear your seatbelt, people, wear your seatbelt, right? Because if you don't wear your seatbelt, when the car makes the impact, your body is going to continue in the motion. You'll be ejected from the vehicle and receive a tremendous impact, right? You're going to be all broken up. When we have to try to move you, it has to be coordinated because parts of you is broken up, right? And it's not easy to move a broken up body. And it requires, I don't see them feeling okay to move a body with a head that's been decapitated and a broken back. There's no way. No, they didn't touch that body. They ain't that tough. They ain't that tough.
And they went out to the club, came back the next morning. They called 911, hung up the phone. They got their shit. They got the plane, came back to the Charlotte.
This lady Champagne is acting as if she was speaking to Shanquella.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some hate right there already. Yeah. But she looked out for everybody. She paid for the whole trip. That's why when she said she was ready to go home, that's why they jumped on her. And she said, I'm ready to go. I'm not dealing with this. I'm finna burn out. I'm finna check out. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, check out shit. Let's go. They ain't none of that. So they bullied her.
How do you know Shanquella told everyone that? This is just a person who's trying to trick everyone to thinking that she is an important value because she holds certain information on Shanquella when really she's not. And a lot of the stuff is misinformation on the internet.
She's running around talking about she's Shanquella's cousin and she's not nobody.
Okay, we seen his videos too. We watched him, Gerald.
Mr. Bernard said, Gerald, I don't even know who she is. I saw it on TikTok. I'm saying like,
so yeah. Mr. Bernard is Shanquella's father. And we've seen that YouTuber there, Gerald, has real connections with
if you have people that really genuinely don't care and they're just using the situation for their selfish.
Stop.
Oops. Wait a minute. All right. All right, there we go. Let's see here.
Bring glasses all in.
Okay, that was really good. Martin is on his stuff, right? He's doing some real good videos, some good work there. All right, see here. Carol Lyon says, hi sis, greetings from Georgia. All right. I was out in Georgia. I did some travel nursing down at Grady Memorial Hospital. Yeah, I served 6 months. Yeah. Hey, what's it? Mona D said, y'all like this hit video. Y'all like it. All right. MX says 3. The second video folks are speaking of is actually the first. They fought her the night before. She was going to leave in the morning. That's why they were all up early. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Did not know that. Ready? You see, Jody says, hi, Mona D. And Pam says, MAC, great observation regarding the operative word of they. I believe there is more info that has not been revealed. I agree with you. Yet we don't really know it all. Oh, y'all got some comments down up in here. All right. Oh, here's some new names. Let me get a couple new people up in here. Thank y'all new subscribe. I hope y'all subscribing and liking and all that good stuff here. Mika says, Micah. Okay, y'all, got my like. Thank you. Hey, Beverly, what's going on? Hey, y'all, get up. Those likes are important. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Y'all showing us love up in here. Ooh, looky here. What's up? Sharida Niche says, justice for Shanquella. And thank you so much for your super chat. I sure appreciate that. Thank you for your $5 super chat. All right, Sharida. Hope I'm saying that right. Niche. Sharida. Please forgive me if I'm not saying it correct. I sure thank you and appreciate you. And let's get back over here to Martin. I like his videos. He does some good. And I can't wait to see what he's doing with the clip from our last night, him coming up here. He is a master editor. It's going to look really nice, y'all.
3 is pretending to be Dejanay. So an account later on came up pretending to be Dejanay and that she was going to charge everyone for an exclusive
I heard that. Remember, y'all? That was like weeks ago. What? Okay.
Interview. This was clearly a scam to gain some money and trick the people that were mostly invested and wanted information. Now, when I saw this account, I needed to figure out if this person was fake or not. And a big part of me was like, this person's fake. So I'm going to lead this person into a trap to really pinpoint that this person is not who they say they are. So what I did was send $1 to the person's Cash App to get her attention, telling her to read my message on Instagram because I can imagine she probably had a lot of messages. She then returns the message back and we tried to organize an interview. So I basically say that I will pay her and we can do the interview and we can sign a contract. Therefore, you can trust me. You can sign this contract, and after the interview, I will give you the sum of money that you want. Because you shouldn't just throw your money at someone and then to find out that that person's not real. To give them a contract, they're most likely going to trust me because this is a legal document. We can sign it, and if I don't pay you, you can take me to the courts, right? And then she came up with some excuse. Apparently, someone else scammed her. So that puts her in the hole. She basically says that someone already tricked her, which means someone has an interview with her out there, which I knew no one did. This person is fake, trying to have excuses and justifications so I can give my money to her first. So she put herself in a hole because if this interview doesn't come out, then you clearly are fake and you are scamming everyone.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to call her out because the broke her ended up deleting her Instagram. Number 4 are rappers. Now, a lot of artists, for some reason, think it's appropriate to promote their music on Shanquella's tagged IG page, even though it has nothing to do with her at all. This is a way to get more exposure onto their music, etc. And it's really sad that people really try to take advantage of someone's suffering to get value of it without giving any type of value back or trying to get justice. Like, these are just selfish individuals that don't care. Okay, so let's go into the correction. So as you guys know, in part 2 on Everything Explained with Shanquella, I had a live stream of Instagram of 3 people.
All right, so yes, she did have a fight that y'all see that's going viral.
Oh, that was him. Okay. We heard these vocals before.
It's really weird. Again, a lot of people on the internet are very weird. We have people pretending to be Shanquella's mother, for example, and not even getting anything out of it. They just want attention as if they're Shanquella's mother. Well, in this instant, we had that live stream on the video where we thought it was Winter and Alyssa, right? There's a video of Winter Donovan doing interviews at one of the places where she studied, and the accents are very different.
That's her?
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a couple of questions? All right. I want to know what OCD is. Okay. Can you elaborate on that as well?
You out of the bed. Closing in 1, 2.
Yeah. Do you know what OCD is? Do you think that you have experienced OCD or anxiety before?
They're just trying to cover it up with a broken spine and whatever else they're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. So do y'all think that's the same voice? Is he trying to say that that's a different voice? What is he saying there? I don't get it. Did it sound like, is that the same? Oh, look here. Hey, Debbie Holloway, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. All right, no comment, no message, just the pure love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Deborah. What y'all thinking? Is that the same voice, or is he trying to dispute that they were faking that one interview that they were saying she's talking on that? Let's get back over here and hear it again. All right, listen up, y'all.
How are you today? Good. That's good. All right. Do you know what anxiety is? But it's like really obsessive. Like somebody has supposed to be. It's not just a regular, like, it's like obsessive. Do you know anyone, or have you ever experienced anxiety or OCD?
I was not fighting in the video, so
that kind of sounds like the same voice. What y'all think? Put a 3 in the chat if you think that sounds like the same voice, and put a 5 if you think it's different.
Maybe the accent changed. I don't know. I found the original video of that IG live. So I found that the account's name was Winter Backup. And when I went to her following, I realized she was following Alyssa Finster, who was also following her back. And
So my lovely wife over here was about to go get a very
wow. So that's funny. We got all these 3s up in here. We got some people saying 3s. All right. Let's see here. All right. There's me. I threw my 3 off up in there too. It was that last little part there, because at first I was thinking like, I don't know, it don't sound like the same person, but that last little part there, then you flipped it back on there. I was like, oh, we got it. Okay, baby sis. All right, okay. You don't think so, baby sis? All right, so later tonight I'm gonna drop the link in case somebody want to come up and explain themselves. You got some explaining to do on why you think that's a different voice. All right, let's see here. Elite Buzz says, is her future for sure? Is her for sure? It's her for sure. You think it's her for sure? All right. He's saying that's a 3 there too. Olivia saying 3. What's up, Alicia? Alicia say 3. It's her. Okay. All right. We got a lot of 3s. I think the 3s have it. And let's see here. Natalia Lopez said, it's been proven 2 different voices. Okay. All right. So that's another 5 right there then. Here we go, y'all. Some initials here. TYPO voices. 2. Somebody help me out here. Y'all got some young people talk up in there. What they saying? What that mean there? See here. Pam says, I am it's her, but that she has operative started a rumor that it wasn't her. Oh, okay, got you. She was saying that wasn't me. All righty, let's go ahead and get back on over here. MX says, I know a woman in a hood that work at hotels. Their voices are like night and day. That's true. So, Baby Sis says, if you listen closely, you can clearly hear 2 different dialects, 2 people, 2 different pitches, and 2 different tones. Yeah, in the beginning, I kind of heard that too. So, I don't know. This might be like it was the other night when we had to watch that video like 3 times before we saw that wasn't her FaceTiming somebody. It was actually her videotaping. So I don't know, baby sis. I guess maybe I might have to put a /5 on there. 3/5, and got to hear a little bit more. Hear a little bit more. All right. Okay. All right. So here. Hey, she missed it. Okay. Here we go. Let's get back on over here and get finished up here. Oh.
She is from North Carolina. Looks like she's promoting crusty wigs. And all her pictures are not there. She has 0 posts. And I find that interesting. Now, the only reason why I find this so interesting is that out of the 2, this is the most oldest account. And is the only account that Winter and Alyssa is following. She was also in the live, as you can tell here, the same feed. But why would she be in the live if she wasn't there? And if this is Winter, then what is her involvement? Why is she in this live talking about the situation or listening? Like, what is her role in all of this? If this really is Winter. I have found some people that are also following her back, and I have messaged them and left a comment on their posts to hopefully get some answers of who is behind this account. Like, who is this person? I guess they don't want to.
That doesn't look like the Winter that
message or comment back. Some of them are active, and I know they would have seen my thing because they don't get that much traffic to their IGs. And some
who that is? Who that, Paul? Who that is?
of them are not active, but who knows? Maybe they will see it. But hey, maybe you guys can help me and go message those people that I message and leave them a lot of comments and ask them, hey, do you know who this Jalea person is? I feel like for some reason she holds the key to those two accounts. And Winter's account is actually still active and it's private. But why would she use a fake account and not her real account like Nazir did, for example? And I also found someone that was friends with Shanquella and who was also friends with Winter and Dejanay. Like, this girl actually went on vacation with them to Cancun.
Yeah, she looked like a woman, y'all. They look like a woman.
I found her because Shanquella actually tagged her in her IG story because it looks like that she was supposed to be at this trip. I messaged her on Instagram and I also left the video on her timeline on one of her posts so we can get a confirmation. Is this Winter's voice? Yo, this is Editing Martin, and guys, she has actually blocked me on her Instagram, and she has removed the post of me asking if that was Winter's voice. I was very respectful in the DM, so there's really no reason to block me, but this is very suspect to me. Now, the next one is her ex-boyfriend. This one's kind of controversial because a lot of people believing that this is her boyfriend. According to the NCB, it's been confirmed that this is not her boyfriend.
He's her ex-boyfriend. He's a has-been. He's not her current boyfriend, and he was not her boyfriend at the time of her passing. I mean, I'm sure he's hurt just as her real boyfriend is hurt.
Now, in the interview that they did with this channel, they were really strongly indicating that they were in a relationship with Shanquella.
I just want to ask the question for the people just in case. Why didn't you go?
Why didn't I go the first day?
You trusted him with your girl. Did he even show you any remorse?
I just kept pressing him.
But even on his Twitter, it indicates that he implies that he is single, which means he's not in a relationship with anyone. This man is also an artist, so it makes me think that this guy do all of this just to get attention for his music. I just highly doubt that because when the information came back and the guy that even interviewed him spoke out about the situation, he has not said anything. He has gone mute. And if he has, shine a light on it because I haven't seen it. I learned a lesson from this because there are people out there that are going to take advantage of your emotion to gain something from.
Yep, and those people be the ones over here leaving these old mean messages and all that stuff like that. Wow. Yeah, people out there that do that are the people out there that do that, unfortunately. All right. Shadow says they is the same word Khalid used when Dejanay plus Winter showed up at the mother's house. He said they was fighting her, which actually he admitted they, meaning Dejanay plus Winter, then sister asked. Okay. Hope they catch all of them. I feel you, elite blues. Elite blues. All right, thank you. Let's see. Beverly Foster and Krusty Willie. I heard that too. Martin got jokes. He got jokes. Bougie Barb says, wow, he's shady talking about Krusty Wigs. That was funny though. Come on. Let's see. Shadow says, then sisters asked the girls, is that true? And girls said no, and also said it was alcohol poisoning. BS, yes. That's so, how do you go over there and you know what's going on and you just tell that lie like that? How do you even, but if nothing else, at least that one dude started to sweat. He couldn't even take it, according to them. mother broke out in a sweat, had to come out of his clothes. And see, Nerda says, stay home. Over 200 people in the chat and only 75 likes. Well, let me look over here and see what these likes is. Yeah, only 79 likes. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna need a few more. A few more of these here likes. Likes, please, and thank you. All right, thank you, Nerda, for rallying the team. Mac says she could be the one that called Quilla's mom. Yeah, Babysit says she blocked him because she knows something. She could be who called Quilla's mother. Yep. And we see that they like to block and get out of town. See, stay home for daily updates. Subscribe to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel. Yep, we've been doing dailies up in here. Let's see, maybe you are right. Okay, all right. And I like how we could, have our little chats up in here, but we still being respectful up in here. We keep the respect because that's what we do. We mature people up in here. And Shadow says supposedly Gerald Jackson is related to Dejanay, and some people think he was there impersonating Dejanay. He scammed family out of money by getting an $8,000 with PPP loan. Quilla had 2 PP loans. Her dad had 2. Gerald Jackson in the video. Hey, Tamika, what's going on? Says hello and blessings to all. Look at Shadow coming up here with this stuff there. All right. Interesting. All right. See here. Baby Sis says that extra is goofy. All right. Okay. Let me see. Her ex was doing interviews because he is clout chaser. He's a clout chaser. Yeah, it seems like that's what Martin was trying to say too. What's up, Journey to the Justice? Appreciate you coming back. Merry Christmas, everyone. All right. Thank you, Journey to Justice. Appreciate you continuing to help us get justice for Shanquella. All right. Hey, Narrative, thank you for handing out those roses. Elite Blues want to know who called her mom did have a name. No, we didn't get any names. Even the mom said she never gave a name, never said if it was male or female. So we just know they. What's up, Sean? Says when someone repeats the question, I heard that too. When he said, why I didn't go? Yep. Here we go. Let's see. Sean says, when someone repeats the question, has to think about it. If he was a real boyfriend, he'd be thinking, why didn't go every moment of the day? Exactly. Yep. That was a good one there, Sean. I felt the same way when I heard him repeat the question, trying to get the story together. Clear indicator when somebody's trying to tell you a fib. See, Shadow says her mom had 1 PP loan okay, I don't know if I'm going to be going to dox some folks. All right. And we laughing here. And Max says, the mom said they didn't leave a name, but how would they get the number? Exactly. Somebody had to have known the number and gave it to them. Loans and bought a Mercedes. Oh, okay. All right. New name here. Marine Price. They didn't want to get caught. That's why they lied. But they're going to get a card anyway. And see. Shadow says, I think Gerald called mom, then hung up. Trace her phone. Okay. The FBI, they own it. When they get them IP addresses, they're going to be all over it. And I heard one of them saying in one of the interviews back when this thing first got started. So I think we're in good hands with the FBI, especially if we continue to talk about this. TPO caught. More young people talk. All right, let's see here. What's up, Debbie? Okay. She giving out Merry Christmas too. And Pam says, it could have been Winter or any of the others. They could have gotten the number from Quilla's phone. That's true. That is true. And Tamika says, Kylie also had her Yeah, I had heard that too. Her password for her phone. Yes. What's up, Savannah Prescott? Who say they up here fighting that girl? The call came from one of them. Yes. All right, mind your own. Says I need to rewind to hear what I missed. Yeah, we'll catch up in the replay. Because we getting ready to start on our second video, and that's going to be from Sleuthy Lucy. And Sleuthy Lucy is one of our. We really like her videos because she really does a lot of investigating, and we love breaking down her videos. So let's see here. Let's get our second video up. That was really good. I like Martin. I'm glad he is part of our team, and I can't wait to see what he does with the video from yesterday. Y'all see he's got great editing skills and he's good. You know how to get the questions answered and all that good stuff. So, oh no, I had two videos from him. Yeah. And then Sleuthy Lucy. We got one more from Martin.
Hey, it's me.
Okay, get some more of these little things down here. And see, Maureen says, sorry, that was a mistake. I meant caught. They didn't want to get caught. That's why they lied, but they're going to get caught anyway. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see how to type. I feel you on that too. And, yes, these little small text too. The wording is so tiny. Yes. Thank you so much for clearing that up. Appreciate it. All right. Savannah says, I'm from Florida, baby sis. All right. Welcome, Florida. You out there enjoying some decent weather then, huh? You're not suffering like the rest of us here with this cold. Marie Phillips. All right. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. New name here says they all knew and they all need to go to Mexico so the streets will be safe. Yeah. Yeah, we had discovered that Mexico has a problem with femicide in their country, and that they're, according to some statistics, number 2 in the world, and other statistic rated them at number 5 in the world as far as femicides, with a high femicide rate. And we know that Mexico is a poor country, and Mexico has issues with corruption, and that Mexico doesn't prosecute their own people for unaliving their women over there. And that, since they're a poor country with limited resources, do we really believe that Mexico is going to use their limited resources to extradite, prosecute, and house in the prison and give 2 bowls of beans and rice a day and access to these fat rats with tails and all the other things there for some Black Americans who unalive the Black American woman? So I don't think so. I think we need to look for our country, America, to do something here. We need to get them for something here, and I think we'll be more likely to, get some justice by doing that than waiting on Mexico, who we saw that they have these cookie cut. They doing this. This is like the underground BBLs, right? Go over there. You can do your unaliving, and you pay them, and you get an alibi, alcohol poisoning or alcohol intoxication, your choice. The price is this. And then, they're buying these alibis. All right, so here we go. Our second video from, I was right. This is Sleuthy Lucy. And this one is Shanquella Robinson, Why the Doctor Lied to Cover Up the Violence. Part 2. Uh-oh. Hopefully we've seen part 1. All right, here we goes.
News that the Shanquella Robinson case has been escalated to FBI investigation. Many of us are growing more and more impatient, waiting for updates and answers to the universal questions surrounding her murder. Why? Why did the Cabo Six do this? Why didn't anyone stop
we
it?
saw this.
Why did they lie? Why didn't Mexico do something sooner? Why did it take 19 days for us to find out? Why did it take Black Twitter's involvement to make it matter? Why didn't they call 911 sooner? Really? Why the $5,000? Why was she naked? Why did you record her? Why, Khalil? Why did you do nothing?
Thank you, Courtney.
Why did you refuse her the life-saving care she so desperately needed? Why did you visit her mother? Why are you not arrested? If you're like me, you also want to know why this doctor, Dr. Catalina Beatriz,
she's beautiful.
Gutierrez, a young doctor
She
who was
looked
really
young.
just beginning her career. Why?
Wow.
Why would she put it all on the line by lying on the police report and omitting the obvious signs of trauma that were present on Shanquella's face?
That's why I'm thinking, y'all, I was thinking, but then again, Martin was here last night and saying that they do have these little, dial a doc. You call and you order a doc, or a doctor comes up to your spot. So I don't know. Let's listen again. Now I'm listening to this with different ears after, Martin, he told us he lived in Mexico for 4 years, and that, he told us about, that they do just kind of come to your house and, you can pick, you can order them up. It's called 1-800-DOC.
Neck and back. We know she saw the bruises, the knot on her head, the split lip. Remember, Nazir told us she pointed it out to him. Take a listen.
I didn't really notice the knot on her head.
A lie. I didn't really notice, right? So now, that's that's how you clear yourself up from the lie and say, I really didn't notice, but now you can tell the truth. He's gonna tell us the truth now after he said he really didn't notice.
Until the nurse pointed it out. I did see the bump on her lip. She did have a.
All right, so he said the nurse pointed it out, right? And now they're saying the doctor. At first, this is my belief that the people that came to the actual crime scene weren't the real police or the real medical people. That these were, their first responders, right? That they told us aren't the real licensed people that do this stuff. And that's why they wrote the little, elementary type of report about what they did and stuff. It didn't sound like something a real physician or a real nurse would write, right? A real nurse wouldn't write a baloney story like that, because we already knowing that with that injury, the person would have been dead on arrival. Like there wouldn't have been no vital sign. We wouldn't have been able to make an assessment. We would have, you wouldn't have, like the lie would have probably said something like the person failed. We would have documented some type of traumatic injury to explain the trauma, right? But this here, so I don't think that it was this doctor who they're showing that actually did it. I think the people probably worked under her or worked with her some way, had access to her name and license number to be able to, sign off for her or, document that it was her.
A blood vessel bust in her eye.
Oops. So, yeah. All right, let's see here. IG says, and the sister didn't get a PP loan, but all that money from GoFundMe. And see, Mari says, I get that you're saying, but they all need to go there and do the time and stop hiding. Yeah. But if they go there, how do we know they're going to do the time? Mexico ain't making their own people do the time. Y'all, if they get there, they may just let them just walk around and just, do whatever. They already even bought their little alibi. They paid for their get out of jail free card. They bought their get out of jail free card. Yes. All right. Who is the girl dancing with Shanquella? Oh, I didn't see that. All right. So be sure to follow the community guidelines. Thank you so much, Nader. Appreciate that in the chat. Hopefully everybody is doing that. Ooh, scrolling down. And hopefully everybody's doing that. All right, so let's get on back here to our video. And okay, she's about to break down some stuff here. Let's see here.
Strangers. And why did the police allow them to leave without issue? Could this have been a case of the young doctor not realizing she was in the middle of a crime scene? Maybe she knew it was a crime scene, but had so grossly mishandled the situation that she felt the need to lie to cover her own mistakes. Maybe she felt outnumbered and was afraid to stand up to the Cabo Six.
Okay.
And there's the belief of so many who are watching this case unfold. Did she take a bribe? If she did, what was the magic number? 5,000? 10,000? Or was it the $17,000 we have heard so many rumors about?
Yeah.
I've tarried over this question nightly ever since I heard about this. What on earth would possibly inspire not just one, but everyone on the scene to lie and put their careers at risk? To me, it seemed like quite a reach for someone who has spent considerable amounts of time training to become a doctor, a police officer, a first responder, only to end it all on one afternoon for 6 total strangers. In what world does that happen? In what world does someone do that? And then one night, while searching, it suddenly appeared on my screen. My heart raced with every word I read. I literally could not read the words fast enough. I was totally freaked out, and my heart went from my chest to my stomach. I thought, this cannot be. And the further I dug, the more my fears were confirmed. I couldn't organize my thoughts fast enough to bring this to you, but now here we are. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into why I think the doctor and the first responders all lied to cover the violent details of Shanquella's murder. But first, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on updates to this story, breaking news, and so much more. Let's get into it. Shanquella Robinson, a beautiful young entrepreneur, was found dead in a San José del Cabo hotel room on October 29th after traveling to a luxurious resort with 6 others the day before. Mexican authorities stated in the autopsy that she had died from a severe spinal cord injury, but her 6 travel companions, the doctor on the scene, and first responders all had something totally different to say about that. They said it was alcohol poisoning and cardiac arrest. Later, a video emerged showing Shanquella being brutally assaulted by one of the 6, Dejanay Jackson. But when asked about what had happened to Shanquella, the so-called 6 friends, now known as the Cabo Six, insisted it was the alcohol poisoning that killed her. The Mexican authorities, along with the doctor's statements on the police report that Shanquella appeared to be inebriated, showed signs of dehydration, and that she ultimately had a seizure, all corroborated the alcohol poisoning story. But in my opinion, the doctor's statements unravel from there. She said her vital signs were stable.
Lie right there, right? Lie right there, because we know that according to the autopsy report, after receiving the injury, 15 minutes. So there's no way that she had stable vital signs. Vital signs is your respirations, your heartbeat, your blood pressure, right? She would have had none of those things. So right there is a complete lie. She didn't have any stable vital signs. There's no way. Big lie.
Is this possible with extreme alcohol intoxication? According to NIH, when someone drinks too much, whether it's over a period of time or all at once, the blood pressure becomes elevated. Check it out here. Another shortcoming in the doctor's statement is her glaring omission of the obvious signs of trauma that Shanquella had suffered. How does a doctor encountering a patient who is said to be suffering from alcohol poisoning look at the bruises on her neck and back, the split in her lip, the knot on her head, and a broken blood vessel in her eye, and not immediately become suspicious about whether any of that is playing a role in the patient's lack of response?
That right there lets us know that these were all lies, right? Because we know that, you know, nurses, doctors, we make assessments. It's called a head-to-toe assessment, where we're looking at you from head to toe. We're looking at all that. We're looking at your eyeballs. We're looking at that pupils. We're looking at ears. We're looking at everything. Everything. We even looking up under there to see if you were XY or XX chromosome. We got to see it all. We got to see it all, y'all. So yes, these are lies. They couldn't have made an assessment. There's no way an assessment was made.
Doctors are trained investigators.
Yes.
They are taught to observe all the signs presented as clues for what may be going on.
Exactly.
This is basic general practitioner level work.
Yes.
I also have a problem with Dr. Catalina finding it more important to state on the police report that she asked the Cabo 6 for permission to transfer Shanquella to the hospital, but they refused. What?
And she probably said that because now she's trying to distance herself for the liability that how did you not transport this patient who needed life-saving care, right? So if she say, well, they said they didn't want to transfer her, but
why is this so important to state? In my opinion, Dr. Carolina was trying to absolve herself from responsibility here. It's her way of saying, I tried to tell them, but we all know that a doctor doesn't need permission in a life or death situation. They have a duty of care. And part of that duty is to take prompt action if they think the patient's safety is being compromised. The more appropriate question that should have been captured on the police report would have been the basic investigative question. Where did the bruises, the knot, the split lip, the broken blood vessel come from? It doesn't take a doctor to know this. Anyone walking into that situation would have asked that question. Don't get me wrong here. I believe Dr. Carolina asked that question, but intentionally omitted it from the report. So why the discrepancy? Why did the coroner note trauma as a potential factor in Shanquella's death?
Because the coroner was the real doctor. That's why I'm saying I don't believe the real doctor came to the scene. Because they wouldn't have put themselves out there like that, because knowing that a follow-up doctor is going to check this body out. Why would I say if I'm the physician or I'm even the nurse that's going to document this, the time of death or something like that, what happened, right? Because when we have a patient die, we have to call the organ system people to see if they can donate and all that stuff. We gotta let them know what happened to them and all that kind of stuff. We coming up with our own reason why we gotta give them the cause of death and all that good stuff, right? So why would I give a cause of death that's going to be contradicting? It's going to contradict, right? If the doctor really wrote that, they would have said that the person failed. They would have said it was an accident or something like that, knowing that it's going to come back to show the condition of the body. When the other doctor goes to do their assessment, the doctor from the coroner's office, that's doing the autopsy, right? Knowing that another physician is going to look over my work or my statements, I think that a real doctor would have written something that would have been more believable.
Doctor and the first responders pretended to barely notice it. Ride with me here. Would you believe me if I told you that the case of Shanquella Robinson is not isolated, that it happened again 24 hours following Shanquella?
Okay, this is the video we saw, y'all. Listen up.
If I told you that on Sunday, October 30th, in Mexico, 1,200 miles from...
Wow, look at that, right? Right? This is the next day.
San José del Cabo. A woman died at the hands of two people who were supposed to be her friends.
Wow.
Days go by. Then two cyclists discovered her body riddled with obvious signs of trauma on the side of the highway. They took pictures of her and posted them online. Her friends found the pictures and identified her. And for days, radio silence. No news, no answers, no word, nothing from the prosecutor's office. Sound familiar? Yeah. Public outcry began to...
Look at that. Look at that, y'all. That's us, right? With signs that say justice for Shanquella. They doing the same thing here in Mexico with their people, right? So y'all still think we need to wait on Mexico?
Well, through social media, and the community protested, and all of this before mainstream press picked up the story. In response to the pressure, the prosecutor's office released an autopsy report that stated there were no signs of violence.
Wow.
And it said that she died while choking on her own spew from extreme alcohol intoxication.
Say that word again.
Can you believe this? The family protested this idea that no crime was committed because they had the pictures showing the bruises on her body. Then Mexico City's mayor, Claudia Sheinbaum, stepped in to help. She recommended that the family do a second autopsy. And when that autopsy came back, it confirmed blunt force trauma and concluded multiple traumas as the cause of death.
Wow.
The mayor then accuses Morelos prosecutor's office of corruption and wanting to cover up the femicide. She then launched an investigation into the...
Y'all hear that? Right? Y'all hear that? Uh-oh, look at here. All right, we got more super chat. Thank you so much, Narrative, for your super sticker. All right. All right, got a stream sponsor here. Y'all hear that? They keep saying the word femicide, right? And y'all see what happens, right? So the family had to pay for a real autopsy, right? Because we see that the Mexican system is corrupt. They're gonna give you that alcohol intoxication. That's gonna be your cause of death, right? Because that's what the people paid for. And unless you pay for your own autopsy, this is what we're going to tell you, and this is what you're going to accept. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. This is what it is. Alcohol intoxication. Wow. Cookie cutter.
Prosecutor's office that later concluded that the victim had died of multiple force trauma.
Wow.
Let's take a closer look. This is from Reuters.com. And Mayor Claudia Sheinbaum is speaking at a press conference here. She says, it was the duty of the Morelos prosecutor's office to carry out the investigation. Then she says, without the intervention from Mexico City, this femicide would have gone unpunished.
Wow.
During the investigation, a video emerged showing the male perpetrator, one of the two supposed friends.
Oh my goodness, y'all see it right up there. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Carrying the victim's lifeless body, already with rigor mortis, from his apartment to the trunk of his...
Y'all see how stiff it is? You can see it? See it? Wow.
You can see it here. During the press conference, the mayor revealed security footage showing a man who claimed to be the victim's friend carrying a body from a Mexico City apartment after she disappeared on October 30th. Check this out. This is from El País, a global periodical. The death of Ariadna, 27, has shaken a country that first saw a man mourn her death on camera and days later saw the same man carry her lifeless body while getting rid of it. Do you see that? So the male perpetrator, her supposed friend, publicly mourned her, made Instagram posts of condolence.
It came to Shanquella's mama house. What we gonna wear to the funeral, y'all? Right? Do y'all hear the similarities? So that means that people been doing this kind of stuff for forever. Right? Look at there. It's the same situation. That's why I'm telling y'all it's important to know who's around you. You need to stop, look, listen, and feel for the vibes. So you're not caught along with somebody like that. That's hatred filled and jealousy filled and filled with envy. This could turn south at any moment. So you want to be able to feel what that feels like. When people giving you a silent treatment or you feeling eerie about something. Learn how to, tune this muscle up.
But in private, in his apartment's garage, he was seen on camera loading her body into the trunk of a car. When I saw how eerily close this case tracked Shanquella's case,
she's saying the same thing.
How can this be?
Yeah.
The victim was violently murdered by so-called friends. Then they lied about the story through social media to cover themselves. Then the Mexican authorities staged no signs of violence and cite extreme alcohol intoxication.
Wow. Mexican authorities, y'all. That was the word I was looking for. See that? They already have a cookie cutter answer for this. When these femicides are found, bodies damaged with brutality, tell the people alcohol poison
as the cause of death. Then a video emerges exposing the guilty friends. Then friends, family, and the media protest because of visible signs of trauma. A second autopsy concludes violence is the cause of death, and an investigation is launched for corruption. There's no way this is a coincidence. It was 24 hours later, 1,200 miles away in another Mexican state. What's the connection? So I kept digging, and I came across Devani Escobar. Devani was found deceased inside a motel water tank in the city of Monterrey. At first, Mexican authorities claimed her death was accidental, stating she had fallen into a tank and drowned. But a second autopsy found no water in her lungs and signs of multiple traumas of the worst kind. She was violated, battered, and slain in a different location and then placed in the water tank where she was found.
Remember I told y'all that? That's a way that they do to get away with unaliving people by taking the remains and disposing of them in some place that's far away from the victim's, residence. That way, nobody wants to pick up the case, and it's just, another woman who's been unalived, and we just sweep that under the carpet here to, here, take the trash out, put it out over there, So it just shows you how systematic this whole thing is, that there's a process for how they're disposing of us women. Mind Your Own says, I think we all have to come to the conclusion that she didn't die from alcohol poison, especially from the attack video. The real question is, why did Cabo 6 TM Cabo 6 do it, and why did the professionals lie? Yeah, I'm thinking that, they have like this system of this ring where, people are going down there to, unalive people and have an alibi to be able to get away with it, right? Because you can do it down there. Just like, when people would say, yeah, you can go to Mexico and get these, counterfeit drugs, or you can get counterfeit, whatever the thing is, people going down there to get these things, these Brazilian butt lifts, or these other little, surgeries or procedures for these, cheap prices or whatever like that. It's not that far of a jump to believe that they have, these little special coupons to do these unalivings, and here's your alibi, alcohol intoxication. And we got the people, the system, the authorities already have it documented, where we got the police people, this is y'all part. You just say this is what they're, and then here go the medical people. Here's y'all part. This is what you say. You did this, da. Boom, here's your alibi. It's already a cookie cutter alibi that the people can go down there and you can purchase this alibi. You go down to Mexico, you purchase the, the murder pack, and this is what you do. Then you just say this alcohol poison, and people have no choice but to accept it. And Pam says the doctors purposely omitted information and lied about the information that she did provide. I agree with you. All lies. Pam heard about, thank you. Heard about her. Thank you. Right? Let's see. Mind Your Own says, THW. Something doctor wasn't going to get murdered by the group of already murderers, by saying, hey, wait a minute, it looks like you guys unalived this girl. I'm telling the police. She would have been next. Yeah, I think that, all these people in on it, that's just,
Final autopsy concluded that she had died from asphyxiation. Then I found Yolanda Martinez, who disappeared on March 31st in San Nicolas, Nuevo Leon. After several weeks of searching, she was located in a vacant lot in the municipality of Juarez. Authorities said it was self-deletion, but her relatives are seeking justice. They say no, she was slain. Her family also says it took authorities 2 weeks to even visit her. Then I found the case of Leslie Berlin, who was found asphyxiated in a phone box in Mexico City. Her family was first told by the investigators that she committed self-deletion. Then authorities, who eventually ruled her death a femicide, took 2 years to apologize.
Ooh.
And then I found Maria Fernanda Contreras, 27 years old. In this case, her father had to galvanize the community to search for Maria because the local authorities did not show up for 3 days to begin searching. And then there's the case of Ariadna Lopez that happened 24 hours following Shanquella's murder. And there are so many others.
Wow.
Enough to know that this is no coincidence. Why did Mexico blame all of these women for their own deaths when there are obvious signs of trauma at the hand of someone else? Because self-inflicted deaths remove any and all responsibility to investigate and prosecute responsible parties.
Wow.
That's why. In each of these cases, and so many more, Mexican officials covered up the violence, lied on the autopsy.
All right, now you hear that? Mexican officials did this. That's what I'm saying. This is a system. A system. The doctor wasn't scared. The people wasn't scared when they got up in there. They already had the system together. System. Let me just take this little time to thank Beverly Foster for her $5 Cash App. It says this helps to pay for court transcripts when they are available. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to Tanika for this Cash App. Thank you for your $10 Cash App, Tanika. Appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love and support. Thank y'all. But I hope y'all listening here. They said they got a system, y'all. This is a system. That's why people choosing to go down there and commit these crimes, because you can pay like you do for your BBL, your underground BBL. Down there, you go down there and get it for this discount price. You get a good little alibi, and who's gonna pay the money to get their loved one's body recovered? Who's gonna pay the money to get their loved one a new autopsy to show the proof? Who gonna do that? You know what I mean? Not everybody.
Failed to properly investigate, failed to bring charges against perpetrators, victim blamed, saying they did it to themselves.
Yes.
But the truth is, despite the 30 to 70 years of prison time for the crime of homicide, 97%.
Wow, 97%? 97%
of femicides go unpunished.
Y'all hear that? Go unpunished, right? And that's why I say, why would we expect Mexico to do anything for us when they're letting 97% of their people go unpunished? 97%. Do you think they're going to take their limited resources and spend it on extraditing some Black Americans who unalived a Black woman when they got their own problem with their own femicides? They don't care about their own women. What makes you think they're going to care about us? That's why we got to get the justice for Shanquella here in America. Here.
Rodriguez, a sociologist at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, says the attempt to blame Ariadna Lopez for her own death by drinking too much falls into a pattern of victim blaming common in Mexico. It is a common
in Mexico. Common in Mexico. It ain't nothing new. Nothing new.
Question of culture and bias among experts, doctors, forensic specialists. Any woman who has reported a crime knows this. This is courtesy of CBC News. If Ariadna's family had not insisted, it would have looked like an accident. Why does Mexico want to avoid investigation and prosecution of violent crimes? Among many reasons is the fact they want you, dear traveler, to feel like it's a safe place. Now we're back at the question, why? Why were the doctor and first responders so brazen to lie on the police report, even when they knew it could be challenged with empirical evidence? It's the culture.
Wow.
Routine.
Told y'all.
It's the norm.
Yeah.
It's customary. It's business as usual.
Come on.
You saw it for yourself. Another doctor, official, investigator, medical examiner, 1,200 miles away, did the exact
same
thing
thing
the very day after Shanquella's case. And so many other instances exist.
Because that's how they get
The doctor
down.
and the first responders lie. Yes, they are morally bankrupt for doing it. Yes, they may have taken a bribe. Yes, yes, yes. All of that is plausible. But even more nefarious and reprehensible is the system that provides refuge for the liars, the bribes, the cover-ups, and femicide impunity. Were it not for the families fighting for their loved ones, the public outcries, and the protests, they would all have been.
Look at that, y'all. Now just replace these names here for Shanquella, right? And that's what I'm saying, y'all. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Because look, they was all excited in the beginning, but after a while, when people start ignoring the cause and ignoring what happened, it just starts to die down. And then that's how 97% of the people there are getting away with it.
Accidents. Were it not for Gerardo lighting the spark, then Black Twitter creators, bloggers, and Black media fanning the flames, and now mainstream media catching the heat, Shanquella's case would have been ruled an accident. So don't stop telling their stories. Don't stop posting support for justice. Don't stop hashtagging. Don't stop saying their names until we have justice.
Yes, ma'am.
Debany Escobar, Yolanda Martinez, Maria Fernanda Contreras, Leslie Berlin, Ariana Lopez, Shanquella Robinson,
Kanika Jenkins.
Justice for Shanquella.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Lucy. That was wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. But that was very informative. I hope y'all heard that. And Tanika said, never going to Mexico. I heard that. You know, after this whole thing, it just made me feel very uncomfortable about, you know, Mexico. It really did. It really did. Especially the more I was hearing about, you know, their own problem with the femicide and stuff like that, and that they don't do anything about it, you know, and how there's this system and how, you know, common it is. Like, you know, this ain't no thing. This is how we get down, you know. So I feel you on that one, Tanika. I ain't trying to see no Mexico either. Let's see. Regiment 65, hey, says that's crazy. He didn't even cover the body or nothing when he was carrying her out. Shaking my damn head. I know, but do you see? And then right outside. Let me just go toss her over there with the rest of these, you know. It just shows you how much concern or how much respect is on women's lives. It's really sad. Stay home for daily updates, subscribe, and like and share and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Ooh, eyes down. Like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. Let's see here. Where am I at with some of these comments? Let me try to pick out a few more that I see some new names on here. Here's a new name. Deidre Deso says Cabo 6 did not dump the body of Shanquella. They left her. Yep, I agree with you. Same thing. Something is telling me there's going to be some big news in this case early mid-January. Yeah, well, we're going to be on it. We're going to keep talking about it. And whatever the new stuff is coming up, we want to be right there with it. And see, Debbie says, I think they would get more time here. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm saying that we got to, you know, this is where our hope for justice is right here. Mexico don't owe us nothing. Mexico ain't giving a hoot. See, Sean says our women are being murdered. WTG, wrong. Mexico. Viva La Raza, Mexico. What TG? What the? I don't know what that one is, y'all. I'm learning on my, little acronyms here and all that good stuff, y'all. I need a cheat sheet. We need to get a code sheet, a little cheat sheet. Let's see. I meant, oh, well, okay, thank you. There, okay. I know that one. I know that one. Thank you, Sean. And see, Pam says that's true, Ariane, about the systematic cover-up. Also, the fact that Cabo is a tourist destination. I believe the cover-up info to avoid damage to their reputation that may impact that tourism revenue. I agree with you on that. And that's why they got it all systematic down. Like, oh no, this is getting swept under there. This is getting swept under there. Like, no, this ain't gonna stop the show. This is no. No. That's a good point, Pam, and thank you for bringing that out. Let's see. Wanda Word said it's called casting her net far and wide. Quilla left a net and exposed BS much in Mexico. Yes, and we're grateful for that. And Mari says Mexico needs to be investigated of their crimes also. Yeah, but how far up is that going? We're talking about their a system there, their authorities there, right? We're talking about their the police, and we're talking about big system. That's like something big, right? And it's probably bringing in some revenue to their country and stuff. So I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's deeper than what we are doing here. We saw that with just this video from Sleuthy Lucy. That was, really revealing, very revealing on that thing. Hey, Tina, what's going on? Pam, I agree. All right, so you got some agreements going on here. All right, let's see here. Ooh, y'all got some comments up here tonight. Let me see what else I got on. I got one more video, Queen Sheba, then I'll drop the link if anybody want to come up and share a testimony or something like that. Let's see here. Here's a new name here. Dreaming of Vegas. OMG, that's horrible. Shaking my head. Yes. Thank you, Dreaming of Vegas. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating in our chat here. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty Ariane show. All right, Deidre says, do you think this is possible for the United States to take charge of this case, or will they? Yeah, I think I don't know. We was hearing from Nancy Grace, because she was actually asking, them too, like, what's up, calling them out on it and stuff. So the way it sounds is like they're, are on the case. We just have to be patient. And I'm hoping, like, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't really know that. That's why I feel like if we keep talking about it, that they will hopefully, they have to have broken some type of American law that we can get them on. Otherwise, what's to stop anybody from just taking people over to another country, doing what they got to do and say, it can't be like, it can't be that kind of a loophole in this here judicial system. Hopefully not. Let's see. Dreaming of Vegas says, I won't ever be going there. Way too crooked and highly unsafe. I agree with you. And just from what we've been discovering since this whole thing's been going on, I wasn't even aware of that. I was excited about going to Mexico and perhaps like living there for a few years to learn Spanish. But let's see. Deja name might walk. That's what I'm saying. So, that's what I'm saying. If they letting their own people walk. Hey, Miss Juicy Red, the law is different in Mexico. Yeah, we saw that. They don't prosecute. They said 97% of the people, they just let them get by. 97%. That's a big percentage of people to, you get a chance to get away with this stuff. That's big. All right, so our last video is going to be from did we just okay? Our last video is or was that our last video? Let's see how long been, an hour and 48 minutes. I think I just did that one. Well, is that the same one? I don't want to do that one there. All right, let me answer a few more little comments over here, and then I'm going to find us a short video that we can go through here. All right, thank you, Miss Juicy, and welcome. It's a new name there. And Beverly says, the U.S. has their problems, but life is better here than over there. Yes. So I see where y'all going. Y'all want them to suffer, right? Y'all want them to go to a trashy, rundown, sleep on the ground type of place, right? And I've we've heard some, that the Mexican prisons aren't, nice. They're not day at a spa, right? The prisons over here ain't no cakewalk either, right? Y'all listen to some of these prison channels and hear the type of, they gonna get their punishment here too, and it's not that, it's not gonna be a, Disneyland trip here either. My thing is that if the odds or the chance, the percentage of them actually, being extradited and convicted of a crime in a country where it's already high, right? The femicide rate is already high, and they don't prosecute 97% of their own people. I just think that it'll be better for us to try to get them here in America, where we know that, people get some time for real. At least that would show us here in America that, at least y'all trying to be on our side, Americans. If Dejanay walks, this is a sad world. I agree. This is sad ass world. Yep, I agree. And see, JP6, hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the chat. Says, if she walks, get ready for World War III. Like I said before, this kind of reminded me of the Rodney King incident, back in 92, when that was the first time, like there had already been this history of brutality from the LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department, towards Black men in Los Angeles for years, right? Everybody knew it. Everybody, you had brothers, cousins, uncles, anybody know that, LAPD used to, do the thing to the brothers out there. This time, somebody had a camcorder, a video camera, that was new for the time, and they broadcasted the beating where everybody was able to see. So it was like, see, look, there they go right there, right? Then when they let them off, when they were found not guilty, within seconds, I was watching it on the news because that was like one of the first times that they actually documented, the news case. It was being broadcast on the news. We saw the case, the court case. That was, new news opportunities back then, broadcasting the case. So we watched it. We all saw they was guilty. Everybody was counting on, now y'all about to get it. Y'all about to get it. We saw y'all. It's on videotape. Everybody saw y'all guilty. And they said not guilty. Within seconds, they said, we interrupt this program to bring you the special report. Back then, you had to interrupt programs to, do news and all that stuff. Everything had a special time. It wasn't like it is now when you get stuff 24 hours. Anyway, they interrupted the program, and the news, they was immediately on Florence and Normandy, and they was rioting. Everybody was, it was on. It was on, and then it spread like a wild fire because people didn't get the justice. So I could totally hear what you're saying on that there. When people see this and have been outraged because this has been so effective to all of us, people feeling like you can't sleep, people having fears and worries about like, what? So you mean to tell me that they can do this kind of stuff and get away with it? Yeah, I can totally see people, in the uproar. So that's why, we talking about it too now, so we can get our emotions under control and make sure we get the right outcome for what we're doing here. And Wanda Word says, whenever the news comes out, it's going to flow like diarrhea. Justice for Shanquella and so many more. Exactly. And thank you for remembering all of the other people too. Yes. See, Tina says, I hope that Mexico changed the laws because of what happened to Shanquella. Yeah, it's going to be, I think we are ahead as far as like, you know, where we're at as far as like getting justice here than Mexico, because they got their system is so corrupt, you know, you got a lot to overcome on that. I tell you what, since it's getting kind of late, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link now. And if anybody want to come up, that's fine. And then I'll just finish up these comments. And then if no one is coming up, we'll just go ahead and call it a night. And see y'all tomorrow for our Christmas getting together. For anybody who's not doing anything, or, you know, don't have family or nobody to get with, and, you know, want some community, we'll be doing that here. I'm going to pin it too, so it'll be here pinned for us. And this here be for, like, if you over here in this chat and, you know, chatting some stuff up, sometimes maybe, you know, you misspelled something, or your point didn't come across how you wanted it, and you want to clear your good name, welcome to come up for that. But again, like I said, everything up here is about respect of people and, you know, people's respect. So before anybody come up, I want to see if I can do something. I was able to find these pelvises, and I want to show y'all the pelvis, if I could, if it's going to let me do it. So let's see. Okay, it worked. All right, so remember we was talking about those pelvises, and one of the ways we can tell if somebody is a XY or XX chromosome was these pelvises. These are two different. I'm kind of see if I can lean over like that. Y'all see that one there? That is a male pelvis, right? You see how there's no space in there for a baby to be? See how narrow this is? There's no space for a baby, can't come out of that, right? But you see how different that pelvis. This is how, when they find the remains of a human skeleton, they can tell if it's male or female by this pelvis bone, because this is what distinguish between the male and the female. The XY chromosome is not designed to carry babies, so that's why this here pelvis looks different. See that? See how this bone all infused together? Kind of even looks like a penis should be off up in there, right? So then I'll go over here. Look at that. See that? That's the female pelvis. Look how wide that is. See the baby head? Baby head got to come out of there. See how wide that is? And look there, this bone right there is behind, right? So the baby could fit in the middle there. And then see there? Look at that. Ain't no comfort up in there. Ain't no space, right? You see that? Also, see how these have angles? Men have more angles. Look at here. Circles, right? Women have curves. See that? See these circles and curves? Everything's oval and curved, right? That's because that's how that is. Female pelvis right there. And see how it's tilted so the baby could stay off up in there and the baby don't fall out? Look at that. Flat and straight. Right? So that's how we tell. And that's my little new trick, y'all. I'm just excited that I was able to find, you know, do this thing here. Let me put back on there. And I just wanted to test to see if I was going to be able to do that in midstream. And I was excited to see. I've got some new little tricks and techniques, stuff like that. And I'll just be bringing them to you as I get better here with that. So that's how we was able to tell, because, you know, there was always this talk about, oh, now I'm lost in the chat here. The question about people's gender. And like I said, over here, we just do science and math. And if it doesn't add up, then, and if it's not scientific, then we don't put any energy to it, because we don't agree with delusional thinking over here. So you see that the skeleton, the XY chromosome gets a different skeleton. XX chromosome gets a different skeleton. Like I was telling y'all about the analogy. So my Porsches, I have a Porsche. If my Porsche is 2-seaters and I have an SUV, I got this Ford Explorer. It can seat up to 7, right? I can't take the seats out of my Explorer and put them off into the Porsche and, expect it to fit. The Porsche isn't designed to hold the seats of the Explorer. It's not designed for that. The same way y'all saw that pelvis, right? Women, XX chromosomes are designed to carry babies, and that's why our skeleton is designed like that. So if someone were to tell you that they identify with another chromosome, if an XX chromosome says they identify as an XY chromosome, you can safely conclude that as delusional thinking, because it is impossible it's impossible for that to happen, right? Because that has been determined from conception, right? That's how they're able to tell. Like I said, they find skeletal remains in the woods. They can tell by the skeletal remains if it was female, if it was male, and they can tell if it was female, if it's had baby or not, right? Because they can tell. Because when you are, dead and gone and the flesh has fallen from your bones, that is what remains, and that's how we're able to tell. So you can do all kind of cosmetic procedures. You can have things cut off, and you could have some surgical spots. You can do whatever the thing is you want to do. However, it's not going to change the fact of how you were designed at birth, right? The Creator designed you for a purpose, right? So let me see here. Let me get some more of these here questions, and then we coming in. It's Christmas Eve night, and some of y'all probably still need to wrap some presents. Shadow says, I wish she never went on the trip. I wish she listened to her intuition, this guts. Yeah, that's the only thing too. All we have is, hopes that, wishes that the person didn't go. That's why it's hard to see the video, because we already know the ending, and, you feel helpless because there's nothing that you could do. There's nothing that you could do. There's nothing that you could do for that. So super sad. Yeah. OMG. Here we go. All right. I wish. Okay. I just said that too. Tina says, why is that person coming to your channel with this foolishness? She only wants to badmouth the Robinson family. Who is doing this, y'all? Who is doing this? Let me get over here in this chat, find out what's going on here. Who is doing it, y'all? All right. I don't see it. Maybe somebody's taking care of the person over there. But thank y'all for so much. I love my beauties and beautifuls. Y'all have my back. And this is our community that we're building over here. And if someone's coming over here trying to be ugly, we definitely don't agree with that. You see, here's a news person. Ms. Vibrant says, I'm praying for her family. Thank you, Ms. Vibrant, and welcome. Welcome to our chat here. See, Charlene Noble says, is Dejanay really a woman? This sounds of her pounding on Shanquella seems to be from a male. Charlene, you're not the only one that has been questioning the gender of Dejanay, and that's why I showed y'all that replica of the pelvis, because that is the main way, the only way. That's the only difference between of course, difference in length of different bones and stuff like that. But the distinguishing factor is how they're able to tell those remains when it's just skeleton, if it's male or female, is because of the pelvis. That is the bone that is different, that makes the difference between a male and a female. And the reason the difference is because females were designed to carry babies and males are not. And that is the main reason why our pelvises are different. And so people were questioning this here gender because for whatever reason, in today's society, people are allowed to say and that they identify as something that they're not. And, you know, in the medical profession, we call that delusional thinking. And with the training that we have in nursing, we have a lot of psychology training, a psych nursing training, and we are trained to not agree with delusional thinking. If you have a child that's anorexic, you have a teenage daughter, she's anorexic, and in her mind, she's fat. She's fat, she's overweight, she needs to exercise and diet. She needs to starve herself because she's fat, right? She has anorexia. She's 90 pounds. She's underweight. She's 15 pounds underweight. You take your child to the doctor. We see the child's underweight. The child is admitting to being fat, and she has to do this for her self-esteem. We are not trained to support delusional thinking. We would not tell the child, yes, you are fat. Everybody, the child thinks she's fat, so we're going to call her fat, right? She believes she's fat, so we're going to have to say that she's fat. You don't do that. But why, if a child is saying, and they were born with the XY chromosome, that I'm an XX chromosome, that we are now supposed to say, well, XY thinks that they're an XX, so you have to say that XY is an XX. And if you don't say it, you're going to be punished, you're going to be silenced, you're going to be stripped of all of your human rights because you're not agreeing with this. You don't agree with delusional thinking. You treat the person to reorient them back to reality. The reality is that you're not fat. You have a mental disorder that we have to treat you for this. You are not fat. You don't agree with delusional thinking. So why are we letting people with delusional thoughts tell us that we have to agree with them? That's just like the person with schizophrenia. We have, making it a law that we have to agree with them. We have to agree that I'm petting my pink elephant pet over my pink elephant pet is right here in the room, and I'm grabbing his pink snout, and he's wrapping his pink snout around my neck. You better tell me that you see my pink elephant, or I'm gonna, we don't do that, right? So let me get off my high horse here. See here. So that's what that's about, Charlene. Yes. Hey, Luca. Hola, ¿cómo está? Let's see. JP6. Yes. All righty. We're saying thank you and all that good stuff here. It's a new name. Sheila Bumpus says Merry Christmas. Thank you. How about Nagila? All right. I see. Courtney says justice for Shanquella. She is our voice here to say justice for Shanquella. Mind Your Own says, I just want to say that I won't ever be visiting Mexico after all of this information and news on all these femicide cases. I agree with you, Mind Your Own. Yes, we need to make sure we hit them where it hurts. No more Mexico. We won't go to Mexico. We can boycott them and hit them in the pockets. We won't be spending our money, our hard-earned money going over there to Mexico. Let's see. Stay home, subscribe, and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. All right. The Journey to Justice says, I think very soon there will be a grand jury indictment on these Cabo fake friends. I hope so. I hope you are right. I hope you're right. Baby Sis says, I don't understand how people think they can argue with science. It's a waste of time. But how come they're doing it? And back in the day, we usually didn't really take it. But, they even tried to start making us nurses kind of go with it and stuff like that, But, you can't, right? You can't. Because when you come into the hospital, there are certain things that are for men. There are certain things for women. You can't, you don't have ovaries, right? So, if you want to say that you identify with something, if you come in there, you need a hernia surgery, it's a whole different setup. It's a different setup. We can tell by your blood. The chemistry of the blood is different from male and females, right? It's just certain things. Yeah, that's right. You can't argue with science. That's why I say over here, it's science and math. We ain't caring about your thoughts or what you believe and what you feel, right? It ain't about that. Science and math. Helen says, when Dejanay was standing over Shanquella, her stance, she looked like a man. Yeah. And that was, like I said, people were questioning that because as y'all see those pelvises, let me go ahead and put that pelvis back up one more time and let y'all, so I can, because you're right. We walk differently because of how we are put together, right? So let me see here. All right, so here's that male pelvis, right? See how narrow that is, right? And their walk, their gait is, the weight is on the back leg. And women, because our pelvis is wide, our pelvis is wide, that's why it looks like we're switching when we walk, because we have to, our weight is forward and we have to, we're having to navigate walking with this wide pelvic arch here. So yeah, you can definitely tell by a stance. There's certain stances that you did. This walk can't be imitated, for real. Let me see here. We get back onto my regular background here. So the walk can't be imitated because of how this is, how we put together. Just like I said, you can't put that, you can't change the seats in the car. It ain't gonna fit. It's not gonna fit. It ain't gonna fit. All right, so here we go here with some more comments. Let's see. Shadow says Charlene Dejanay allegedly the attacker, but could be Gerald in disguise. Her parents said it's Dejanay, but I'm kind of not believing it. Someone could be pinning it in her. Like I said, that video, nobody really, you can't tell who any of the people are. We just heard that her mom confirmed that, the person being attacked was Shanquella. But the person that they're saying is Dejanay, how do we know? I mean, we don't know. I mean, it looks, I don't know. It just looks like I don't know. But I'm just saying, whoever that person is that did that is the person who administered the death blow and all that stuff. But this is new. This here is new talk here. This being Gerald. Because wasn't he here in America when all this went down? Where I guess do we know his alibi? I didn't know he was a suspect. Mary Mbe says Jackson is a young woman. Okay, yeah, I feel you. Dreaming of Vegas says, wow, thank you for showing us the difference between the male and female pelvic bone. I never knew that. Old school saying, learn something new every day. Okay. Yeah, that was big up in, I guess, nursing school. We had to take anatomy and physiology, and we had to identify all of the bones, and not just all of the bones, but different processes on the bone. Where things attach, in the bones, there's muscles and tendon, all that stuff, right? And the male pelvis and the female pelvis was part of a test. You had to be able to identify that. There's just certain things, that's part of it. So yeah, the male and female pelvis was a lot of the questions on some of the A&P. And y'all nurses and doctors, y'all had to take all this. Y'all know this is true. So y'all back me up in here. Let people know. And y'all saw it. I just showed y'all the skeleton. So there we go. And that's how you know. Thank you so much, Dreaming of Vegas. I appreciate you for acknowledging the value that I'm giving here. Ooh, MX usually cries, Mexico maybe, usually cries femicide for some reason. It's like their safe haven. They'll say femicide when it's something else. Okay. Thank you so much. Deidre says, Helen Henry, I agree with you. All right. Hey, Kendall, what's going on? I'm back again. Thank you for keeping us updated on Shanquella Robinson case and better understanding. I know the family is struggling with their loss. Also, the nation has come together. Yes. Thank you, Kendall. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And Shadow says, women pelvic area is larger primarily for carrying babies. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why we have the S shape in our back. Where's my little backbone? Anyway, that's why we have the S shape too, so we can keep the balance, right? Our designer, the God, our creator, really. Oh, I sneezed. Excuse me. The creator, I mean, our design is spectacular, right? So, and I've had 3 babies. So, I really appreciated that S shape in my spine so I could, carry that baby without falling over. And the extra space in there was very comfortable, which it really wasn't enough because some babies, when they grow, they pushing all these organs all up. It'd be hard to breathe. So see, Nerida says, for daily updates, subscribe. Thank you, Nerida. All right. So Nerida is still up hanging. MX says, question, I realized that Quilla was petite, but is it possible that she had a pre-existing condition where her bones weren't strong? The attack was brutal, but I've seen worse and most folks walk away. Breaking the neck is not that difficult, just like strangulation, these type of ways that people have been unaliving women, you that little bone here is not, you can crush that person's windpipe really quick, and just the snapping of the neck. When we saw the one video, remember we saw her legs were crossed. It was the position that she was in when she slung her over. Her body wasn't in the right alignment. Her legs were crossed. So, and then, snapping the neck, yeah. And then she just brutalized her. So it wasn't that she had weak bones. It was how she did it, almost like a technique. Snapped her neck. Yeah. So once that happened, it was just, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. This was heavy. Heavy. Baby Sis says people do need to rediscover the power of boycott. Yes. And that's true. We could get a lot of stuff done with the boycott. They did that back here in America. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks with the Montgomery bus boycott. I'm getting tired, y'all. I'm about to finish these comments and I'm turning it in. I did almost 5 hours yesterday. So Sean says we have to teach our children to love themselves and tell them they are the most important person in the world, whole worldwide. Yes, I surely agree with that. Yes, that is so true. Let's see. Kendall says, MAC, that's a tough, that's a thought also, Quilla Jackson. All right. Mind Your Own says, if Mexico doesn't send any of the Cabo 6 to prison, surely they know it will hurt their tourism. Who would go there if they failed to carry out justice? I don't think many would. They're probably hoping that, after a while, this thing gonna die down and people gonna go back to business as usual. And that's usually how things go, People go back to business as usual. It's all that villa's already rented out, So going back. All right. Jonica, a new name here, says, I don't agree with not going to Mexico. There's good and bad in every culture. After all, it was her American friends that unalived her. Good point. Shadow says, who would rent the villa? Surely only someone not following nor knowing about the case. That's true. And Max says, I just Googled this osteogenesis imperfecto IO, okay, bone, is a genetic or heritable disease in which bones fracture, break easy, often with no obvious cause or manual injury. Yeah, but we saw the obvious cause when she grabbed her by her neck and slung her over and snapped her neck. So, yeah, we saw the obvious cause of injury there. Thank you very much, MMAC. Thanks for trying there. See, Baby Sis says, you are right, RN. From a medical perspective, you must follow what the body dictates. It only makes sense. Plus, the safety factor in. Yeah. Thank you. Kendo and Aquila didn't see Jackson throwing those hits. I kind of understand what Shanquella's sister was saying, that her little sister seems off. Just wish we could know why. Hello, Melody Ward. Very sad. Yes, very sad. Mac, no need for conspiracy theory. She was beat to death. Yes, that's all broke neck, bruises, spinal cord. Exactly. I agree with you, Mary. Yep. Mac, I don't think she had any brittle bone disease. Yes, exactly. Mary B says, you ate great. I pray you all the best. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. You are great. That's what that's supposed to be. Thank you so much. Hey, fam would have. Her fam would have. So let me see. Okay. All right. Let me just move on down here. What if Mexico has the second video that shows Winter Donovan body slamming Shanquella? That would be epic. Yeah, we went on and disputed that, video here. All right. So anyway, we can talk about that one tomorrow. It's already kind of late, and not we, but me. Hey, Ebony, what's going on? I appreciate your content all around, Natural Beauty. Hope you have a nice Christmas. Thank you. And on that note, I'm hoping all of you also will have a nice Christmas. And I appreciate y'all for coming in. Thank y'all so much for the new subscribers, all the love and likes and subscribe. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. See y'all later. Peace and love.